Hey folks, Jamie here. Thank you for tuning in. Before we get started, I would like for you to take a moment and go down below and hit the like and subscribe buttons. Maybe leave a comment. If you're really feeling generous, maybe share this video to your social media feeds. What that does is make it a lot easier for other people to find a Moment of Tiki. I really appreciate it and it helps out a lot. Thanks. Now, on with the show. Welcome to another episode of A Moment of Tiki, coming to you from the Lagoon of Mystery, my home tiki bar here in Central Texas. Not coming to you from the Lagoon of Mystery for very long, however, because today we have another road trip episode in store. Today we are going to Galveston on the Texas coast to a destination that's not exactly tiki, but if you're building a home tiki bar, it's going to pique your interest. So, come on. Here I am today in Galveston, outside of Antique Nautical Warehouse. Really cool place, lots of fantastic stuff inside, lots of great things to decorate your tiki bar with. And I don't get here near enough, but it's really cool to explore inside. So come on, let's go check it out. Look at this lighting. You have all these ship's lights, salvage, right angle passageway light, $100, brass plating. This is authentic as you can get. Oh, look here. You want a port light? You want a starboard light? These are actual ones. These aren't the tiki mug replicas. These are actual brass and glass port and starboard lights. There's spotlights, cabin lights, all sorts of lights. Just wow. You want net floats? Look at this. These are cool. This is fantastic stuff. Great. Ship's grating. Look at this. You can do all sorts of stuff with this. This is amazing. You turn it into a table, wall decor. It's great. Look at this. Dead eyes. Dead eyes. All right, more cool stuff over here. You want your fish float? these are enormous. These are, what, 12, 14-inch fish floats, authentic. There's even barnacle scars on some of these. You want port light? We got the portholes right here. We got with 2 dogs, 3 dogs. These are the aluminum types, but they got brass ones here as well. If you don't want an actual porthole, you can get a dead hole. Dead light. No dogs, but put this in place, you're good to go. It's great stuff. Do you want a ship's phone? Ship's phone, ship's phone, ship's phone. It's got the rotary dial, you got the hand crank. I mean, you have all these ship's phones. If that's what you need for your tiki bar or your nautical bar or whatever, this is the place. Just crank it. They've been trying to reach me about my car's extended warranty.
Use it.
All right, we are here with Michael Culpepper, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this really, really cool place. So, Michael, how long have you been with the company?
My wife and I started it 22 years ago.
22 years ago?
Yeah.
That is fantastic. So, what was the inspiration of opening Antique Nautical Warehouse?
Well, you know, honestly, like my parents, when I was growing up, they were always importing this, that, or the other thing.
Right.
And my father was in an import business that's somewhat similar, and I kind of took that and moved it to Texas, and gave it its own twist with a nautical twist.
That's fantastic. I mean, just walking through here, it's overwhelming. There's well, like your website, pieces of ship. There are pieces of ship everywhere. Where do y'all get these? How do you bring in these, ship's gratings and lighting and, all the equipment?
Yeah, so the ship salvage, we actually go to the breaking yards, which is basically the end-of-life destination for any ship that's out on the high seas right now. So we're talking about passenger ships, cargo ships, even some of the smaller like tugboats and sailing vessels. So there's 3 or 4 big breaking yards in the world, and we try to go hit those and try to bring back some of the good loot.
That's what's that kind of trip like? Y'all go to, I know, Indonesia and India and stuff. It's all Southeast Asia, right?
Mostly, South Asia. So the biggest breaking yard is in India, and then Bangladesh is also a large yard. We also go to a smaller yard in Turkey, and then we get some of our carvings and newer inspiration stuff out of Indonesia.
Okay. So when you go to breaking yards, what are you looking for? How do you just don't say, okay, I'll take that ship, pack it to go. What are you looking for? What's the process like?
So a lot of, since we've been doing it for so long, there's a lot of things we know what we're looking for. More life rings, more portholes, this and that. But there's also an idea of like how these ships have been changing over the years. They're using different products where you used to see, a brass porthole. Lots of times you see aluminum portholes now. The ships don't last as long, so they can get away with using sometimes inferior products. I say inferior. Aluminum porthole is perfectly fine, but it is definitely a very different look for our customers. So we always try to keep on the cutting edge of these new technologies and what's coming out next. So, for instance, ship wheels. They're almost impossible to find now. If you go on a modern ship, they basically use a joystick or Z drives. And so if we can't find ship wheels, what are we going to do? A lot of times we are able to have some stuff remanufactured, but a lot of times you just got to go with the wave, and you just kind of got to pivot and find other new interesting products.
So essentially you're not finding authentic ship wheels are impossible to get, so you're having to get them that were purposely manufactured.
So far we've resisted making any new ship wheels, but when it comes to lighting, you're exactly right. Certain lights they don't make anymore, and they have a classic look to them. So we're actually having some of that stuff remanufactured in lieu of just taking what's out there, which isn't necessarily attractive to our customers.
Fantastic. Well, I can assure you this is amazing. I mean, some of these sculptures that y'all have, the mermaids and the ship's figureheads that y'all come up with, they're incredible and they're perfect for a tiki bar.
Well, now that's a great example of something we have remanufactured. We go to museums around the country and we look through books of old figureheads and we try to replicate certain things. Sometimes we'll put our own twist on it, but that's a great example of something that you can't really find that's going to fill that perfect gap.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll let you get back to your customers.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
That was a blast. I absolutely love visiting Antique Nautical Warehouse. Anytime I'm in Galveston, it's such a sensory overload. Unfortunately, this time, like my trip to Oceanic Arts last summer, I was hampered by the fact that we were in a really small car and didn't have room to get some of the really cool stuff that I wanted. Fortunately, I didn't come away empty-handed. I got this. Oh, and I got these. I got a couple of these. And last but not least, ta-da! Glass Japanese fish floats. These are the authentic kind. They even have barnacle scars on them from their time in the ocean. So you can see that even though Antique Nautical Warehouse is more nautical than tiki, any tiki-phile looking to outfit their tiki bar can find some really, really cool stuff in there to add to the ambiance and decor of their place. So I'm going to set about installing these into my tiki space, and I'm going to be working on that and hopefully be able to share some of that with you in the near future. But until then, from the Lagoon of Mystery, aloha. Look at this. Dead eyes. Dead eyes. Yes, I am.